All right, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. I am back out in the garden. I have been away from my garden for 5 whole days. I missed my peace and joy of my garden. I went out of town for some family business and I just wanted to get back to my garden. So let me show you some of the stuff that's happening in the garden. Oh my goodness. I got some harvesting to do, and I'm so excited. Look at it, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at them juicy, juicy cucumbers. Yes, yes. They will be harvested today. Look at these green peppers. I'm so excited, so excited. Let's get to harvesting. Oh, wait a minute. I see it. I got some red tomato forming down there. All right, let's get started. All right, y'all, before I get started, I want to show you my new creation. I dig gardening. I love it. And if you all see any of my shirts that you would like to have one, hey, just inbox me. No problem. You can always make a donation to my nonprofit and I will send you a shirt. I can be found at Diane at needtosucceed.org. That is my email address. You can always inbox me on Facebook. Yeah, because there will be many more shirts to come. All right, so let's get busy. So this is my harvesting bucket today. Nice little bucket I found. Collapsible bucket. I love it. Nice green peppers. And yes, I have checked the garden for my little visitors this morning. Because we don't want them visiting. No, sirree, Bubba. I think we can let those grow a little bit longer. But these cucumbers. Bringing this down. Because I got all that netting and trellis around it. It's hard to get to. But I'm determined. Big juicy. Big juicy, big juicy. That one is really in there. Look at that baby. Chow, 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 chow. That's the biggest one I have harvested yet. When forgotten about, they still grow. All right, look at those cucumbers. Now, these are basically the end of these vines producing, because if you can see, they're starting to brown at the root. And so I'm going to clean all that up today. Now, these are brand new cucumbers that I planted. So that'll be great. And now here are my beans. I have to trellis them up or tie them to the stakes. My cucumbers, these watermelons. Remember these little watermelons? That down there, that one still has not gotten any bigger. This, a little bit. That one hasn't gotten any bigger. I'm not too hopeful for them. But this one, remember my first one? It is so heavy. So that is great that I put this little hammock here. It still hasn't turned brown at the root, so I'm not picking it. I don't know, you know. I'm assuming I'm doing the right thing, so if I'm not, y'all let me know. But yeah, we're gonna clean up the garden today. And you see all these bald spots around here? That's because I had sprayed some weed killer. I got tired of these weeds. But my plan is to beautify my garden by putting some stepping stones and a border. So that is to come. Look out for the transformation. All right, we got some red tomatoes down there. We gotta harvest those. See, this one has split and died basically. So I'm thinking these little ones, they're probably not gonna grow any bigger. I don't know what stunted their growth, but I'm gonna pick those. So we are pulling those roots up. Found another little cucumber. We're gonna harvest him. Every cucumber counts. All right. So you see we have a new one growing. We gotta protect that. So I'll stake that up or tie that to the trellis. But the old ones, they gotta go. It also frees up a lot of my twisties or my ties so I can stake some other plants. And hopefully I will not uncover some stuff in here that I don't want to. Don't want any surprises. No surprises, please. Cleaning it up, cleaning it up. Making room for new growth. And I'm learning something new every year that I garden because I'm constantly watching YouTube videos. Last year, I did not do this. The cucumber. I just, once the plant died, it died. I didn't plant new ones because I didn't have that knowledge that I could or should. But yeah, I would like to have cucumbers all throughout the year or the growing season. So, new plants it is. And so, cucumbers are so easy to grow that I like growing them, but I don't particularly love them. So, I'm gonna try to make some recipes with the cucumbers. So I like them better. One is the cucumber tomato salad. I do love that. So I bought some balsamic vinaigrette dressing yesterday. So I'm going to probably do that. This vine is really weighing this trellis down. See that? So we're going to have to fix that. Once we get all of these vines off of here. Clean up. Oh, pollinators. I still pollinate. Please don't sting me. Stick to what you came to do. Hey. See some little dead cucumbers down here. Look at that nasty little thing. Bird food. I don't even know if birds want it. It was so soggy. Carolina heat for you. Oop, shouldn't have threw that over the fence. And I am growing in zone 7B. I haven't said that previously, but zone 7B is my growing zone. The roots of my new plants. So I don't want that to happen. Trying to get rid of the old ones. There we go. They still smell so fresh though. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. understand what hot mess means. All right, we got that cleaned up. You see we have some new ones growing here. Some new ones over there. I'm gonna have to stake those. Yeah, it was a lot going on this little trellis. Might have to put a stick in there to reinforce that. All right, this squash plant that someone gave me is growing so big. It has not started to produce yet. It did produce some flowers. The flowers went back in. And amongst that is some beans. So I am going to make sure those are trellised properly, because this one is growing quite tall. Here's some cucumber vines still in here, so we're gonna get that out. I know people are like, get that netting off of there, but I got a forest back here. And we trying to grow something for ourselves, not for the squirrels and other little things that want to come out of the woodwork or out of the forest. All right, that is up. Let's see about the one over here. This one has totally come through the netting, but we're going to fix that one. Gonna fix that. Okay. Gotta cut it up a little bit. You can always cover it back up. It is just something about being in the garden. Your hands touching the dirt, the smells. It's a wonderful feeling. If you don't have a garden, start yourself a garden, even if it's small. If you're stressed, if you're depressed, just looking at what God has done, how things just grow and germinate. It is such an awesome thing, such an awesome thing. It gives you such a feeling of, or a perspective of how small we are in this whole universe, you know? It's a wonderful thing. Ooh, these things can grow so tall. I might have to take this whole netting off right here. Redo this. It is almost as tall as this silver trellis. That's my cattle panel. I remember moving this cattle panel in my little truck. I had heard about cattle panel on YouTube, and I went and found me a cattle panel and moved it myself. It wasn't really heavy, it was just awkward. So that truck has certainly come in handy. When I moved to North Carolina, I had always wanted me a truck. And I said, I'm going to get me a truck. And I have moved quite a bit in that truck. I moved my furniture. When I moved into my new house, I moved my soil, my garden beds. I have moved a lot in that truck. It has been well worth the investment. All right, big fella. Big fella, big fella. Yes, indeed, big fella. Some more down here. Got some more. Yuppers. All right. Got most of that up. So it's free to grow. And I have to reinforce the trellis over there too. Let's see. I can use this stake to prop this up in here. This is getting heavy. These are tomatoes. Okay. Hold this up. I wonder if I put this outside of this. Okay, that holds it better. All right, but then I have to fix this, because they gonna be going all through that net. I don't want that to happen. It's more than an ocean. A little bit of them tore off, that's okay. We can regroup. They're gonna still grow, and that'll be all good. Let's see. I made this little birdhouse in, what is that, Vacation Bible School, but it broke, so we have to do something else. All right. Let's cover it back up now. Free yourself. your mind, and the rest will follow. Be colorblind, don't be so shallow. Why that song came to my head, I don't even know. I don't even know where I heard that song. All right, this tomato plant is just taking over. I am going to trellis it up here. It is heavy. Get on up there. All right. It is shading out my beans down here. And the green peppers that have started to grow, looks like they have retreated. They have died. Don't know if it was the excess rain or the tomatoes taking all the sun, but they are gone. Let's see if we can get this fella up here. It's heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. All right. That is up. It's much better than it was. See a lot of tomatoes on there. I am loving that. Loving it, loving it. There we go. There we go. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, some green peppers had started to grow, but they're not there anymore. The beans are growing. I do see, looks like something is eating at the leaves, so we will have to spray that with some 7. The bee is still pollinating. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with these watermelons because a lot of the leaves are turning brown. But there are flowers still growing on it. So we're staying hopeful that the ones that we do see will eventually ripen. Hopefully they will grow bigger than it is, because that's just a little tiny thing. So we have cleaned up a lot. Cleaned up a lot. Cleaned up a lot. It's looking much better. Much better. Much better. This is a hydrangea that I planted before I put the garden here. I think I'm going to pull this hydrangea up. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but the direct sun isn't good for it anyway. The flower always dies after a while. These little herbs that I got from the dollar store, they never germinated. So we are probably going to dump those. But I like that I have cleaned things up. I can see what's growing better. The cucumbers that were starting to fade away or die off, those are gone, and new ones have started to grow. New plants have started to grow. So I love that. Love that the beans are growing tall. The tomatoes are starting to really produce, so we're just waiting for those to ripen. And we're going to put some little slings on these little fellas. So hopefully they will get bigger, and when they start to get bigger, the sling will help them. So around here on this side of my fence, I often forget about this bed, but this is where I grew my collard greens and my cabbage and my kale. But now it's home to, well, it has been home to my carrots. And I have just let them grow. I have not checked on them. So I'm not sure if they need harvesting or not. It has been well over 60 days. So let's see what's happening in this cage. All right, well, I pulled that one and we got a little carrot. So we're gonna pull them. They're probably small, but I am going to pull these carrots. All right, there we go. A couple were ready, some were not. But there we go. That's our carrot harvest. These are tiny, but these are pretty good size. So I got maybe 3 or 4. There's my carrot harvest. Another baby slug. Ugh, they are just murder to the garden. So we'll get rid of that. But the tops of the carrots, I threw them back in for fertilizer. Hopefully they won't grow carrots, but they'll fertilize the soil. We'll see. You all see I am a hot, sweaty mess, but I have enjoyed being in my garden. I have enjoyed sharing it with you. And if you like my videos, I am going to ask you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Instagram at dtim70. You can follow me on TikTok at dtim50. My YouTube at DLT55. Thank you for hanging out with me in my garden. See you next time.